Hi, next up we've got several types of strip light. Start with the good old English type, which were popular a few years ago for display lighting and lighting up shop window fronts. I can remember these well, but nevertheless now a bit of a rarity. This was the standard length. They did make various lengths of these. Some are quite short, some are only about about that length. I've got them upstairs, but I thought for this case of this display, or video rather, get it right in a minute, I'll show the standard type lamps. Now the English ones were made by obviously all the makers. This one's Atlas, and we check the voltage, 240, 250 volts at 30 watts, and to say made by Atlas. A few years ago, don't tie me down to a date, probably 50s, might even be before then. Typical filament arrangement. You can just probably see it there. It's never ever been used, the filament is intact. This would be a form of rough surface type filament, being stretched out, still coiled but stretched out, and mounted on a glass tube, which is in fact a glass tube, with your molybdenum supports to the filament. Anyhow, that was, as I say, the standard English one, but there was some differences. Show the cap of this, by the way. There's the base. The contact is in the centre, not on the outside. You have to get it in the middle. And these also fitted a lamp which was popular over here called a lino light. In fact, I think they were actually made as a shaving type light to be used or incorporated with like a mirror. So lino light was quite a well-known name. Anyway, we'll leave this one and let's pop across the channel to France. There's the lamp itself. And they call it a lino light. This lino light, I think, became perhaps a generic name, I don't know. But this is the French version, 75 watts. The base or cap is type S19, which is slightly different to the English base. I can show the base on another lamp which I've got out, which is not in a box. This was sold by one of the large supermarket groups in France, Carrefour, which I believe means crossroad. If I'm wrong, someone will correct me. But Carrefour is quite a well-known outlet in France. Bought a few years ago. I don't know when, 20 years ago. Even before that, I would think. But anyhow, these lamps were very popular in France. They were a different size to the English ones, so you couldn't interchange them. And as I say, popular mainly in France. And they were in several forms, clear glass or frosted as this one is. There's the name on it. It's got the Carrefour trademark. I don't know who made this one. Maybe Aric. I know they did make a lot of these lamps, ARIC, A-R-I-C. But anyhow, there's the lamp, and the base, as I say, does not have a centre contact. The whole base is alive. So when these are fitted to the holder, obviously the ends should be well shrouded. And the diameter of the lamp is also a little bit wider than the good old British one. Now then, also, let's go back to World War II, Air Ministry. There's the reference on there. Reference number, I'll read it out, 5L stroke 2260. That's the Air Ministry reference. Also, but not on this one, but on my other one, it also shows the broad arrow, but it's not on this one. Looking at the other end, that's showing itself nicely. I'll read it out. It's 230 volts, 100 watt. So that's quite a high wattage. Made in England. Date code 06. So if anyone knows these codes, they'll get an idea of when this was made. But presumably in the 40s, I would think. Anyhow, the name, probably an unfamiliar name to a lot of you, Cosmos. Now, Cosmos was the name of lamps manufactured by Metrovic, which was Metropolitan Vickers Electrical. The M and V used to be linked, so you had like an M with a V superimposed on it. Metrovic. Not a common name, I would think. I know as a kid I did notice these in one shop. I dearly wanted one, but I don't think they would have allowed me to took one home. But that was Metrovic, and it's Cosmos. There's the lamp itself. Same type of slightly wider than the French one, but as you can see, the base or the cap is exactly the same distance in length, which is about, from end to end, 12 inches. So there was a lamp that was used during the wartime. Once again, beautifully made. Same construction. The glass tube held by the support, by one of the other support wires, while the other one goes to the actual filament. 100 watt lamp, well made. I don't even know where I got these from. Well, I say I don't know where I got them from. I think they came from a boot sale at Wimbledon. But my memory's not too good at the moment, so there we are. Interesting lamp to have. I had several of these. As I say, from the wartime, with that number on there, and made by Cosmos, a Metrovic company. Now the last lamp I've got to show you, I think was made by Philips. There's no name on it whatsoever. And once again, same length as the French one. So this would have probably been used either in France or definitely on the continent. And I believe it was 110 volts. I can't see any markings on it at all, but I think it came out of a box which is upstairs Oh, hold on. I tell you a little lie. Surprising how the old eyes trick you. There is a name on it. And in fact, it's Philips 240, or 220 rather, 220, 230 volts. Made somewhere. I think that might be Austria. It looks like Austria. Well, there we are. It's made by Philips. The supporting no longer done by a glass tube, but by a wire going the whole length of the tube or the lamp, and it's insulated by little globules of glass holding the support wire in, and also it has this construction which was obviously due to the manufacture. It's all part of the manufacture. Once again, this is a worker as well. I didn't realise it was our voltage. I'm pretty sure I've got upstairs 110 volt one of these. Anyhow, I think that's all I've got to say on these. Commonly called strip lights. Lino-Lite was, in England, the actual maker, but I believe now it's just used as a generic name. And the lamps that we used to use in England is this size, a much smaller diameter, and these were made in several different wattages. But this was the other common one that you would see, as I say, in jewellers' shops, shops that were displaying intricate items in their window and that. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Any comments please make. And as I say, this has brought back a bit of memory as well. Never know what I'm going to find upstairs to bring down and have a little talk about. It's quite nice to be able to do this. So there we are, some nice interesting strip lights. Thanks again for watching. As I say, any comments please make. And yeah, we will see what is going to be put up next. Thanks for watching. Thank you.